You are now tuning into a drop of melancholy. If you are in a good mood and wish to remain so, do not watch this video.
Now, I was on someone's live stream, and what I'm going to do is play a quick snippet, okay? Now, there were 4 guys total on the live stream, but it was me and one other gentleman talking. I really didn't get to say all I wanted on that live stream because we were pressed for time, and I did have prior engagements. But there was a few things he said that I just wanted to address, and I want to get you guys' opinion on what he said. Now, the interviewer had asked me, do I believe in hell? And I gave my response. Okay, and then shortly after that, another individual joined and he gave his response. So I'm going to go ahead and play that, and then we're going to talk about it. So yeah, when people ask me, do I think hell exists? Okay, because a lot of people come to my channel and ask me that all the time. I'll tell them, yes, hell does exist. You're in it right now. Okay, it's called planet Earth. As far as a mythical place underground with a burning lake of fire, no, that does not exist. And again, this goes back to God being benevolent. If God is truly benevolent, how can he justify sending someone to hell for all eternity? There's nothing you can do on this planet that could justify an eternity in hell. Okay, I don't care if you slaughtered 300,000 babies. That couldn't justify an eternity in hell. Okay, so, all right, look at it like this. Let's say you're dying of thirst. Okay, you don't got no money, so you steal a 50-cent bottled water out of 7-Eleven. They catch you. Now they want to give you 5 consecutive life sentences just for stealing a bottled water. Okay, now looking at that situation, anyone with sense will say the punishment doesn't fit the crime. Okay, well, it's the same way with hell. How is God going to send you there for all eternity? Just going off what religion tells us, anyone that goes to hell is there forever and ever, So again, it doesn't add up. If God's going to send you to hell for all eternity, this just once again confirms how evil he is. So yeah, I just wanted to throw that in.
Let me. That's the thing.
Hold that thought, brother.
So I responded by saying, if hell exists, it's planet Earth. Okay, because throughout human history, there has just been a ridiculous amount of suffering, and it does not seem to be improving. Wars, famine, pestilence, you name it. All of that has happened throughout human history. And I said this planet is some form of hell because it has given people hell throughout history. And then I went on to say, because this conversation also involved God and religion. Okay, so I then went on to say, if God sent you to hell, then he's evil, because there is nothing you can do on this planet that could justify an eternity in hell. And I used the example of slaughtering hundreds of thousands of humans. Even doing something like that could not justify an eternity in hell, okay? As minuscule as the human lifespan is, compared to an eternity, it can't be justified. Okay, so savagely slaughtering 300,000 humans, okay, something that would be, let's say, deemed as unforgivable in the human eye, even that cannot justify an eternity in hell. So, again, there's nothing you could do on this planet that could justify that. The punishment doesn't fit the crime. And I use the example of going to 7-Eleven, stealing a bottled water. They catch you, and they want to sentence you to 5 consecutive life sentences. Okay? And I use that scenario to say the punishment does not fit the crime, and God sending you to hell would be no different. The punishment doesn't fit the crime. It's disproportionate. That's what I'm trying to say. Now, I don't think I need to give you guys any examples of how this world has given people hell throughout history. Okay, for example, look at the incident that took place on August 6, 1945. Okay, when that dropped, it killed 80,000 people. Okay, 80,000 people. And that's not including the tens of thousands that will later die from radiation poisoning. And mind you, these are just regular civilians, regular innocent people going about their day-to-day lives, all wiped out within an instant. In more recent times, look at what's taking place right now as we speak. Wars are being fought right now. People are dying. People that did not want to participate in the war were forced in the war, and they're losing their lives because of it. Okay? Imagine their families. Imagine those the fathers, the mothers that lost their loved one for fighting a war that they did not begin, and they did not want to participate in, but they were forced to do it. So that's what I mean when I say this world has given people hell, and that this world is some sort of hell. That's exactly what I'm talking about. But the sheep don't see it like that. They don't. Okay, the sheep, they don't see it like that. They just don't. But let's go on and see what else is being said here.
All I could say is that we're four different men right now talking to each other. Four different lives, four different experiences, and four different spirits. Just the same way, like there's many people in the chat right now, different people, different mindset, different experiences. So I talk from my experiences. And to me, brother, hell is real. When I came out of my body, I was going down to hell. I didn't believe in no hell. And I felt the fire, the smell, the screams of people. And before the internet came out, this happened to me when I was 15 and I'm 38 now. When this happened to me, and I told a couple of friends of mine, they said, nigga, you high. What you talking about? You went to hell and this and that. And I had to stay quiet because every time I opened my mouth about it, I was being bullied. But then after the internet came out, and I saw that more people had the same experience or even better than me when it came to that situation, I said, whoa. So that's my testimony when it comes to that this life, this world that we live right now is hell. Nah, most of us say that, but it's like if right now if all of us had $200 million paid in a mansion in Thailand right now with a bunch of bitches, this world ain't no hell.
Okay, now he's saying this world is not hell, and he used the example of having $200 million, a mansion with a bunch of I understand a lot of women watch this channel. I will never refer to y'all as bitches. So we'll just say females, all right? So he's saying $200 million, females, and whatever else. And if you have this, you have these possessions, then apparently that don't make life hell. Well, he's not looking at it from the right perspective, okay? And I even said this during the interview. You have to look at this on a wider scale, okay? You can't just, if your life is good, you can't just say, all right, well, this whole planet is good. Because truth is, most people on this planet is suffering, okay? And I don't mean just in our region. I mean on like a global scale, okay? There are more people on this planet live below the poverty line than not. More people on this planet lack adequate food than not, okay? So we have to look at it like that. But let's get back into it and see what he has to say.
This world might be hell to somebody that's broke, that has no, how can I say, no experience about anything good. But this life, this world is amazing. But that's why you have to make the best out of your life, even if you don't have those financial things. Your health is wealth, brother.
Well, can I ask something real quick?
Go ahead, brother.
Yeah, so you said having the money, having the females, you know, the mansion, all that, but okay, that's fine and dandy, but you must realize most of the world's populace live below the poverty line. Okay, so all this money, all this wealth, that's only for a handful of individuals. Most people are suffering. So that's how you gotta look at it. We can't just look at it from our perspective, saying, okay, our life's great. That means this planet is great. We gotta look at it from a larger scale. Okay, so that's how I see it.
Yeah, but the thing is, you're right about that. But Ram could say about this. Other people, I've been to Colombia, I'm Dominican, and many people, most people that don't have much are happier than the people that have all this money and wealth. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, your happiness comes from inside, not from what you have outside. You know, so it's like, that's why the news and this America is so, everything's about what kind of car you have. Even with the females now today, I was married for 10 years and I had to, you know, I'm not married no more. Why? Because the same thing happened to my wife. Got westernized, went to school, and she really thought she was better than me. So I've been single for the past 5 years, and I ain't got no problem getting females. But I already know how Ram been saying, this Western society is done when it comes to a woman. You have to go out of this country if you plan to have any happiness when it comes to a female. So yeah, man, it's just like making sure, I don't want to keep going, but man, hell is real to me, for my experience. This earth, this life is amazing, because imagine right now you're talking to us and you're giving your opinion. Your brain works. You can speak. You can see. You can walk. Some people are born blind. Some people are born that they can't even express themselves, man. So it's like, right now there's people in hospitals dying that don't have a chance. So it's like, but to me, when it's your time to go, it's your time to go. You could die on your sleep tomorrow. You don't know. You ain't got no power.
All right, so I'm gonna stop it there. That's all you need to see. And he was kind of getting off topic, but if something bad was to happen, okay, let's say for example there was another virus outbreak, and it had a very high fatality rate, then he wouldn't be talking like he is, okay? He wouldn't be saying that this planet is amazing. He wouldn't be saying that this is a blessing. You have a whole different perspective on this planet. If there was a virus outbreak, he had a high fatality rate, his loved ones are dropping dead, the people he knows dropping dead, then he wouldn't be saying that, okay? Perhaps he need to go back and watch my video on humans are evil by design, okay? He need to watch that video, because I assure you he would not be talking this way if some cataclysmic event took place, okay, with all these tensions rising between these countries. Let's say they dropped the EMP on us and it knocked out the power, okay? Let's say it knocked out the power on the eastern grid, okay? Florida, Georgia, North Carolina, okay, New England, that's all the eastern grid, and including more too. Let's say all the power's out with all those states. The food supply is gone. There's no more food in the stores. It gets to a point where people become desperate. They start turning on one another. You can't trust nobody, okay? You can't even really go to sleep at night out of fear that someone might break into your house and try to see if you got food, or perhaps take your life. He wouldn't be saying that, okay? He wouldn't be talking like, he wouldn't be saying this world is amazing, because at that point, humanity showed their true colors. Humanity showed how they really are. Okay, and those females that he's talking about, he ain't gonna be worrying about those females at that point. His focus is gonna be on trying to survive. Money, like he said, the $200 million, money is gonna be nothing more than something to wipe your ass with in a situation like that. Money is not gonna hold any value, okay? A freaking mansion, like he's saying, if you have a mansion in a time like that, you will become a target. You will become a target. If you live in a huge house, okay, and again, I'm not trying to sound negative. This is just common sense. If all the power is out, people lack food, people are starving, people are very desperate. If they deem you having money, and even if you don't have no food in that mansion, if they see your house as high value, you're a huge target. They're going to target you. They're going to break into that house, and it's not going to be, I'm not talking one or two people. Sometimes it might be like a mob of people try to break in and take what you got, okay? But see, times are good right now, okay? At least for us where we live. Yeah, inflation's running rampant. We got all this other stuff going on. But for the most part, we don't lack for anything, okay? We can get food. We have running water, okay? Yeah, prices are through the roof, but we still have access to our necessities. That's what I'm trying to say. As soon as you take all that away, as soon as that's no longer available, he wouldn't be saying that, okay? And that is a possibility. Like I said, let's say they dropped the EMP on us, it knocked out power. You no longer have access to food or even the water. When they drop a nuke like that, it contaminates the water supply. So you're not going to be able to drink the water either. In a time like that, he won't be saying this world is amazing, okay? The way we're living right now, all of this is an illusion, okay? This fragile system can go down at any moment, okay? Nothing's guaranteed. Yeah, we have our needs, we need to eat and all that, but that's not guaranteed, okay? It's really not. One day that can all be gone with the scenarios I just laid out. A scenario like that could easily take away all of our necessities, all the things we think we're entitled to. That can all be gone within a moment's notice. and then you're just left to fend for yourself. Now, let's say this system did collapse, because believe me, this system is very fragile. Okay, this system is fragile. So let's say this system collapsed, all this bullshit collapsed. The internet went, everything went out. Okay. I would like to see him retain that energy. Okay, I would like to see him retain that same energy that he brought to this interview, saying that this world is amazing, this world is great, all this stuff. I highly doubt he would retain that energy. In a scenario like that, I highly doubt he would be saying any of that. Let's say if a global conflict happened and he got drafted. He's not that old. Let's say he got drafted. They're going to send him to China. He wouldn't be saying that then. I guarantee you, he wouldn't be saying that this world is amazing, that this is beautiful. Okay? And again, I'm not trying to sound like a broken record, like I always say, but it's easy to say things like that when times are good. But as soon as shit hits the fan, then you'll see the true nature of humanity in this world, okay? If he got drafted and sent off somewhere that he didn't want to be, let's say he didn't want to fight, he wouldn't be saying none of that, okay? I assure you. Yeah, so I just wanted to leave on this note. And if y'all hear rain, it's raining where I'm at right now, okay? So, yeah, I'm in an undisclosed location. But anyway, I just wanted to say, typical sheep mentality, okay? The sheep, they place all this value into money and material things. So yeah, you might have all these possessions, okay? These material things, whatever. That does not negate the fact that the world is crumbling around you, okay? That does not negate the fact that the world is falling apart. So you have to look at this from a broader perspective. You can't just be like, okay, I got all these things, I got all these material possessions, this world must be amazing. No, it doesn't work like that. You gotta look at it from a broader perspective, okay? And that's pretty much what I was trying to say, but I don't think maybe he didn't understand what I was saying, but I don't know. But that's why you guys know what I'm trying to say. So, all right, so let me know what you guys think, okay? If you have any inputs, leave them in the comments. I want to hear what you guys have to say about this. I'll catch you on the next one. Embrace your inner darkness.